What's up, everybody? OG Sean back here again, and I'm just gonna want to show you guys a few more of my little traditional art paintings, and I say little because these are my smaller canvases. And the reason I'm doing this is just kind of to show you the type of traditional work that I do, so that when I start doing these things live on Friday, you can kind of get an idea of what we're going to be going for. So this was my very first acrylic painting that when I started getting back into painting. I started last year, early last year, like this actually may be late 2018. I can't remember exactly when. But this is not a pour. It's not anything other than just a straight up acrylic painting. It's a white canvas. I did a black background, and then I just used gray and white and painted a mummy. And for my first painting back, it came out pretty decent. Kind of got these out of order. So then I started getting into acrylic pours, and I've got others out there, other designs, other pours. I've probably got, like everybody else that does pours, I've got stacks of them. And I may go back and paint some things over the top of these. Kind of use these as backgrounds. They're cool as they are. But this is just kind of where you learn how to play with your colors and see what mixes well with what. But this one was one of the cooler ones that I like. So I'll probably turn it this way maybe, or this way. And then I'll probably go and paint something like right in this area. So this here is just another pour, and this is where I really started playing with the black paint. And the thing is, when you're pouring these, it come out looking cool, and I'm trying to kind of move it around so the light catches it. When you pour these, they look really cool and vibrant, and when they dry, they will dull out a little bit on you. So you got to kind of keep that in mind as you're painting these, because this was like super black and super colorful, and then when it dried, it loses a little bit of that, but it still looks pretty cool. And again, I will probably paint something. I'll use this as a background. This one here is this is where I started really trying to do something with my pours. So I poured the blue and the black and a little bit of the purple and stuff around here. I was trying to kind of go for a galaxy look. And then I thought, man, I wonder if I could mix up another batch and pour some kind of a planet right there in the middle. And it may not exactly be a planet, but I think it's a pretty cool looking, maybe an asteroid or a comet or something like that. So that's what I was going for with this. So then this one here, this is where I started really playing with the palette knife. And this painting, I swear, has got 5 pounds of paint on it. It is super thick. I went over and over this thing. I think you could probably throw this through a wall if you wanted to. But what I was going for with this painting is a dark forest, maybe like a brush pile. And then something really bad happened here. And this is kind of the aftermath. And I want to say I call this like winter aftermath or something like that. So yeah, another creepy OG Sean idea. This is where I started getting into flowers and kind of trying to do trees and flowers and stuff. And this was one of my first ones, and I also started playing with ink. And so you can see the ink is a different color, but it also kind of ran on me a little bit right there. But then I started getting into faces, and this one is actually kind of an unfinished work because I still got to go back and do something with all of this right here. and I can't remember if I just got tired or just didn't finish this for whatever reason. I kind of started something here, but I didn't finish it, so we'll go back and maybe one of my streams is we'll finish this painting up. But this is kind of where I started playing with pouring different colors inside of each other to achieve kind of these effects with the eyes. Now this is my little goldfish, and a lot of people like this one here. I did a really good pour, and I got really good with making cells and using my Floetrol and some other additives. So my cells popped out really nice, and then I did another pour inside of that, and I didn't use the additives for cells. I just kind of poured it in there. It did have a little bit of Floetrol in it, but I didn't put much because I didn't want anything to pop through. And then I used my palette knife to carve it out. And then the eyes are, again, is that kind of same technique I used on that other big face. You know, I poured the black, then I poured the white, and then I poured the black inside of it. And you just let them spread out on their own. And then just a little bit of shaping with a palette knife. And that's how I achieved my goldfish, is just dragging colors through other colors. But I did have to have this big gold and yellow pour right in the middle to achieve that. Let's see. Now this is another one of my skulls. This one's a little bigger than the others, and it kind of, you know, I've got like 3 or 4 of these, and this is just another variation of that same side profile of a skull. I was really studying that for a while, and this was either my second or third one, I can't remember. But I like the way this one came out, and again, this is another super heavy one. It's a lot of paint on this canvas. And I was playing with different colors for the background and different techniques on how I was going to shape out that background. And the red and the black, I guess the black wasn't really a true black because it kind of turned purple on me because it was just going to be red and black in the background. But I still think it came out pretty cool. And this one, I think I did this last summer, and I may have a video on this one. I think I do have a video of me doing this one. And now last but not least, this is kind of where it all came together. So this was a white canvas. I painted it black, and then man, it is hard to get that light just right. So I painted the canvas black, and then I did a white and gray pour. And also use my, man, that light is killing me. Now I also used the squirt bottles to, let me see if I can do this. I also used the squirt bottles to put the highlights in and, you know, some shadow. But this Freddy Krueger looking guy is kind of where I ended up with on doing these kind of portrait pours. This is, you know, I threw a pour down. I said it was just straight up white and gray, and I used my palette knife and my squirt bottles. And I may go back someday and add some more detail into this guy, but I kind of like the way it looks right now. The only thing I don't like is this part of his forehead. So I may fix that up eventually, but I will probably just make some new paintings. But this one came out pretty good. I really like how it came out. And if you go back to my first painting, so this is my first one, and it's a straight up painting versus the pour. And this stupid light, I'm about to just turn it off. Yeah, it's hard to see. Maybe I need to do them this way. There we go. So you got the painting, and then this is a pour. So you can kind of see the difference in the two. And I think with the pours, you can create some very cool effects. As with the paintings, you can too. But that's why I like doing pours, is because I can get that real heavy, creepy feel to them. So, like I said, this is where I started, and this is kind of where I ended up with last year. And who knows where we'll end up this year with these things. And like I said, just if you want to hang out, and on Fridays we'll do a live traditional painting of some sort, whether it's a painting, a pour, or whatever. We'll try that out together, and we're trying to get a group of us together and maybe do a team live stream where we all are kind of doing our thing at the same time. That would be cool too. But I really appreciate everybody that comes by and watches these videos. It means tons to me. And for those of you who have subscribed or given me a comment or a thumbs up or whatever, I just can't tell you how much it means to me. And to all my buddies out there on YouTube, I really do thank you guys for all the support I've had. You guys you always make me feel welcomed, and I just can't thank you enough. And I've got your back. Just remember, OG-san's always got your back. Until the next video, OG-san out.